America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jack Ketting.
Here.
Mike Pollard.
Here.
Lawrence Myers.
Here.
Nicole French.
Here.
Dee Patel. And Susan Johnson. Here. You have a quorum.
Wonderful. How are you all doing this evening?
Good one.
Good, good.
We're here.
We are here. Okay. Approval of the agenda. First on the list there.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Nicole. Previous minutes. Take a minute to look through those if you haven't already. Any questions on any of that?
It does say Tuesday, July 21st.
Yeah. That happens.
Right up there at the top, doesn't it? Okay, we'll get that updated. Ever doing newspaper editing, just out of curiosity?
Do it.
Ever doing newspaper editing, just out of curiosity?
I was the yearbook editor when I was in
Oh,
high
see,
school.
I knew there's someplace. The last time we met, I think you called me too. No, that's lovely. Okay, good. Looking for a motion on that. Do we need a motion on that? I believe we do.
Yeah. Other than that, I'll move for approval of minutes.
Second.
Jack and Nicole again. Thank you. Financial report. How are the numbers looking? Don't really have a comparison. Am I looking at it? We really don't have a comparison to last year, do we?
We just start out new.
Yeah, we start new.
Yeah.
Okay.
1862, we're probably projecting just a little below the average.
Out of the
1 month revenue of 1862.
1862.
Probably come in just under 22,000 in that range,
Mm-hmm.
if that was holding up for 12 months.
I wonder how many rooms were down compared to last year in town.
Anybody ever available rooms?
Available rooms, yeah.
Figured that the Southern
It's quite a few. Southern Hotel and Somewhere in Time
Yon have 13,
Yon had 14.
14
in St. John.
with the two locations.
Oh, the building across the street.
Yeah,
Dr.
yeah.
Hardwick's, yeah.
But the one across the street, they're
He's
renting.
open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is closed for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just curious what, how many rooms?
I think it was 10 in the inn itself.
Mm-hmm. Oh, in the end was 10?
Yeah, I think it was 10.
Kind of interesting, to see what we had available last year, what we have available this year, and the numbers.
Added at least 3 Airbnbs.
Yeah, it was like we have quite a few of those.
At least, yeah. Just off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
And one more that's that just got approved at the last meeting.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah.
Which is scheduled to open when?
I think she's posted this week. She's still just doing some paperwork, and she's close to the
Close.
cabin down at Sassafras Creek.
Okay,
Yeah.
close. Okay, good,
Yep.
good, yeah. Good. Any questions on the financial report? If not, I will ask for a motion on that.
Motion to approve it.
Second.
Thank you. Moving on to old business. I know that Toby, I think you got some information on us and further discussion on the, that's before that, the TTC and TAC. Happy brought up last week, I mean, not last week, we don't meet every week, do we? Last month, some conversations about the commission and the advisory committee, some different ideas, maybe of how we look at and approve funding for different events. We did have a work session this evening, a couple of us on that, and some interesting conversations that you know, not really much to talk about right now, but I think that when we meet again, I think Toby and Happy will kind of look through the bylaws and take a look at things and see if there were ideas that would come across and maybe talk more about in the future. So we really don't have a lot more on that, but I think the conversation was very, very good on that. But that's the only thing really on the list under old business. I guess where I leave that is more to follow. Okay. Happy, did you have anything on that?
Nope.
Not really? Yeah. Okay. Toby?
No, I don't know if anybody else had any thoughts from last meetings, or and I talked to Sarah a little bit today. That's kind of one of the things we've been discussing.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Sarah, did you have the appropriate time if you know, I know you've been on the committee for a while and.
No, I mean, I don't have anything to add, you know.
Okay.
I think we're willing to, you know, do whatever is the best thing to do.
Keep the ball going in the right
Yeah.
direction, whatever that looks like, right? Okay, good. Okay, without any further discussion, then we'll move to new business.
All right, now, shall I add on there was print materials, which is not quite as far along as where I'd like to be, but just to kind of preface that a little bit. So we kind of wrapped up the grant program through the state of Missouri. Actually, the final deadline for all paperwork to be done is this Friday, November 20th. So I think we were waiting on one canceled check to be come through, and then we should have everything off to the state to get reimbursement on the funds that were spent. That should exceed $53,000. I think they're going to be in the $55,000 ballpark for 3 months of spending. So that's a lot of advertising that we put out there, the Facebook campaign and radio and billboards and digital and all those things. So that's winding down. Kind of moving to the next phase was some of the event promotion, and planning to some extent with like Pecanapalooza, working with Robbie and FCA and on that event, and putting some small events together this fall to try and keep things flowing through town and give people who visit some things to do. And then now I'm kind of positioning into the Holiday Christmas Festival. I worked with Annette on her press release, and she has her program out. We did a TV interview yesterday for the local TV station, and her advertising is out there on NPR and the Intercom radio stations, and we'll have some advertising coming up on Donzie as well. So those are all the things we've been working on, which is slowly progress to get to print, but
And kudos to interrupt for a second, kudos to the organizers and to everybody who, there's several things that have been happening, but that Pecanapalooza, I thought that was, what I saw was really neat, and a lot of people were, you know, it helps when you have a November with the weather like we're having, but a lot of people were in town, walking the streets and stuff. Some neat things went on down there, and I thought it was really neat. So I just kind of want to throw that out there. Kudos to those folks that pulled that off.
Clicker count about 700 people through Second and Market Street.
That's really, yeah.
And we had that was our biggest day at the Welcome Center. We had 245 people come through there.
Awesome.
Not counting trick-or-treaters from the previous weekend. But moving into the print. Brochures and materials. So this committee had approved a rack card expenditure as part of the which include rat card distribution as well as printing through CTM Media. Haven't got any requests from them for more materials, so they must be good on our rat card numbers still. But obviously we're hoping to move into a new era with what we're doing for branding, or at least temporarily into another phase before we settle on what we're going to do for branding. So I do have kind of some rat card idea that I have in color and black and white. That would be this. If you take two things in hand in the room. This is kind of a color version of it. So what I've had difficulty coming up with so far is a picture that both, it says National Park and kind of capsulizes St. Genevieve. Their signage is still kind of scaled down in a couple areas. I'm not sure if we'll ever have that big impressive picture that comes out of national parks yet or not. I know there was a Missouri Division of Tourism photographer in town this week who was taking pictures with NPS in addition to some hiking trails. And they were on different NPS properties. I think usually when you think of St. Genevieve pictures, some of the iconic one is the Merchant Street view, looking up towards the church and Felix Valley House. Southern Hotel and the Courthouse Square area. But obviously we want to add something that has that says National Park in it. So kind of the main picture that I've worked with on this is the J.B. Valley House in the middle of the fleur-de-lis, but also trying to work in some other photos of other things that we have in St. Genevieve, such as the Tiger Sanctuary, Water Park, and historic homes. And then trying to say that there's more to St. Genevieve. Obviously, we are the oldest town, but we have things that are new in town as well. So that's kind of where I was looking to go with the rat card. And then what I'd probably do is carry that theme into the other print materials as well, which would include a brochure for downtown. And kind of what my goal would be is to get away from the fold-out that we have currently that folds out into 12 panels, I believe it is, into something that's smaller scale, 6 panels, that would include a map and include the shops and the downtown historic attractions, but not in that particular piece, just focus it to the downtown guide and then not have recreation and out-of-county facilities on there. And instead, do that in a separate brochure that would either be a full magazine or a half-full magazine, depending which size will be more beneficial in terms of price versus distribution. So what I'm looking to do, I got some ballpark figures for an 8.5 by 11 brochure, so a small magazine in a 12-page range. If we're doing, I'm going to guess 10,000 print run would be about $3,200 on that, and that's just one estimate. I would go obviously get some various different quotes from other places as well. So what I'm looking to do is ask this commission at some point down the road for whether it wants to put spending for the print materials that include. You already have committed to funds for rat cards, or at least a proposal for rat cards, but to do the other two items as well, the downtown guide and the brochure.
Toby, the magazine that would be for the county, is that something that would strictly be distributed at the Welcome Center?
No, this would be something we would do on all the Welcome Centers around the state.
Okay.
And use it for our mail-out piece. But yeah, we would want to go with wide distribution. It'd be similar to what we do with the brochure that folds out the 12 panels. That'd just be making it so that people who come to town don't have to have that big piece, but getting something out there that's, I think it's a more friendly, reader-friendly format for people who are thinking of coming here as a brochure, as opposed to having the map piece all in one piece.
I think it's good to separate the two.
So I don't have, like I said, a breakdown of dollar figure proposals, but just wanted to get kind of on your radar that that's where I was thinking of going with our print brochures and get some feedback from you guys on that. We don't have any color on that. That's a color version of like that. Just kind of a proposal with trying to go through the idea of things that are new in Missouri's oldest town. We have some advertising in the Missouri Travel Guide that will be, that's kind of wordage I use with that.
So, is this size,
Maybe 4 by 9, so we shrunk down a little bit.
okay.
Yeah.
Is it the same size as our previous rack cards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought there was yeah, okay.
And there's nothing finalized on there that we can certainly change. And we'll get
Yeah,
with
I
a
think
copy
it's,
out to Nicole and Sarah and the TAC as well to get some feedback on. from them.
Okay, so did you get that already, or did you say you're gonna do that?
Yeah.
Okay, that was my, kind of where I was going with that is I think it's a wonderful start. I didn't know if you had any other feedback on it yet.
No, it's kind of, everyone's got through Palapalooza.
Yep. Yep.
Hopefully get on to this phase. And,
This is good. I like it.
the other rack card in there is, so we do an event card every year. Last year we did the full year in one card, and obviously the way the year's been, it's been edited heavily through the year because so much changes. But one of the ideas I had for this year was to bring that down to maybe focus on the first 6 months and then use the backside to highlight a couple things. So in the first half of the year next year, we will have the bicycle ride coming through, and then we'll also have French Colonial America is going to have a new exhibit that will open up in the springtime, featuring the Revolutionary War in the West. I would be hoping to get some artwork from them that could be used on that card as well. But that's kind of my concept with the event card.
Very nice. So do you know when you're meeting with them to get some input on this, or?
I have not set something up.
Not anything.
Open pretty soon. I know we got the holiday coming up, so hopefully early December we could get some, and probably would send something out electronically so they can have a PDF to look at and get feedback on too.
Anything else for Toby on the print materials, or what direction they're taking that? Quiet crowd tonight. What's your first thoughts on this?
I like it.
Better than what we've had.
Okay, good.
Good,
I like it.
Nicole look at it and give me some feedback, I'm sure. She'll tinker around with it, some to help me out.
No, that's good.
Give you some unrecorded feedback.
That's fine.
Okay. Any other business that anybody would like to bring up at this time?
I do want to offer up that if the group wants to meet via Zoom, we have an account, so if you don't feel like you want to meet in the room, you can set that up. We just haven't done that consistently as we can. Just let me know.
Yeah, in our previous meeting, we had a guest join us, and it actually worked nice. We had the meeting around the table here, and we had somebody on the TV screen that elected to zoom in, and I thought that worked really well. Happy.
One thing we need to do is work on getting a microphone for the table. It's hard to hear anybody at this end.
That's what I was going to suggest, that we get something down there, so they could probably get better audio. But by all means, we got to, like it or not, we're living with it, right? We've been living with it for a while, and my guess is we're going to live with it for a while longer. And in order to keep progress going, in order to help Toby keep things moving in the right direction, if somebody is, needs to be quarantined or isn't comfortable coming into the meeting, then by all means, let's do it via Zoom, and whoever's comfortable coming in, come in, and if not, still join us, because we need to keep things moving. So, okay? No one else? Bueller? I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
Move for motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay. Thanks, y'all.
Okay, now.